Right, folk, welcome back to another video beer review today. Different surroundings. I'm currently on holiday in Estonia. It's actually the final night, yeah, here in Tallinn. I've spent, well, 2 nights in Helsinki. Was very kindly put up by my good friend Jimmy C. Jamie C, as some of you might know him by on YouTube, and he very kindly looked after me on the Thursday and Friday night. Yesterday morning, I came over from Helsinki on a ferry over to Tallinn before getting a train down to Tartu. And Tartu, I was there for the evening, drinking many ales, many ales at Puhast and Anderson's. I wanted to go there mainly because the breweries were down there. Unfortunately, the breweries, I don't know massively about Puhas, but definitely Anderson's. They don't seem to allow people to come visit the breweries at that sort of time. You need to go there for a certain event and that sort of thing. But I want to go there anyway because I have enjoyed last year as well when I came over to Tallinn before. I came over to Estonia before I went out to Narva. I like to go to the less visited places, put it that way. Narva was definitely extreme. As anyone who's ever been to Estonia would say, the Narva is definitely extreme. But no, so today got the train back up from Tartu, and then this evening managed to go to Tulutorn, who I wanted to go to before, but they weren't open because it was I did a Monday to Friday before, and obviously left by a Saturday when they opened, and it was good. It's quite far out, but it was a good journey, good trip, good place to go to. I'm glad I went there. And then I went to Brooklyn. Now, Brooklyn was a place that I wasn't really thinking about going to. I was like, because it's a lot of import cans and that sort of thing. I wasn't super kind of, concerned about or wanting to go there. But as soon as I went there, I was like, well, no, I love this place. Their opening hours are a bit like constrained. I suppose it is February, and I think they open up a little bit more in the summer months by the looks of things. The opening hours are fucking crazy. They're kind of close to that of a business that doesn't want to make money. But we did have a little chat, and he's a lovely guy. A couple who runs it. I'm guessing he's American, and I'm pretty sure she's a Canadian. Or they might be both Canadian. Only had a little chat. They have a lovely dog, and one of the beers I had was one of the dog, and it's a big dog. It's a big, fluffy, lovely dog. The sort of thing I used to have, and it's basically pushed one of the sales of their cans of beer. It looked like Growlith on a can of beer. From Badlands Brewery, which is, I believe, some part of Canada. Anyway, was there for a little bit of time this evening, and then really enjoyed my time there. Went over because I saw they had a little advert on this thing about if you want to have food, and it was a burger place called Kot, which was around the corner, and I was literally 40 yards away. I walked over there and went and got dinner there. Awesome. Ate lunch, whatever you want to say. I'm a little bit lagged on time. And then after that went to Uberyahamal, where I've been to before, and had a good few beers in Uberyahamal, which is where all these beers are from. Anyway, let's actually get into these beers. I've got some Georgian food coming. I thought it was coming from miles away. Turns out it's actually literally about 100 metres away. And I paid a guy £2.50 or €2.50 to deliver it. But I know those Uber guys don't get bolt, is what it is. They don't get paid very well, so I'm sure he will enjoy my tip. Just the tip. Now this is a pumpkin beer. There was a couple of beers on the list. Sorry, pumpkin. It's autumn pie. It's a pastry sour, not pumpkin beer. There were a few beers that kind of that I was enjoying the look of and the thoughts of. It is a pumpkin beer, and this one says autumn in the glass, spicy, bright, and aromatic. This dessert sour ale is inspired by homemade pumpkin pie. Fruity tartness and gentle biscuit sweetness are enriched with warm spices, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and vanilla. Autumn pie, like a warm sliced pie on a cool day. So yeah, 5.8% ABV, 330ml. Now I don't know this brewery too well. I did have a beer from them earlier, but I'm guessing they're quite new. And Elembeer. I have had a beer. I like that. That's weird. It's got Instagram, Untapped, and TikTok. You don't put Facebook on a beer. I don't have TikTok. I used to have it, and nowadays don't have that shit on my phone. I had a sour from them earlier. Was Tomato Goza, and it reminded me immediately of the beer I had from Putsa. I had one from Pujala as well. Accentuate those Pujala and Putsa, and I enjoyed both. I think the Putsa one was better. I think it was a bit more sour, a bit more kind of spicy, a bit more chili sort of thing. For the particular style of sour it was, which is tomato gozes, and that seems to be one of the things you get around here. You don't seem to get tomato gozes anywhere else, but I've really enjoyed them. So let's see what this one's like. It smells just generic, kind of vegetal sour. We'll dive in. Cheers. Yeah, I'd say it's like it's classic of that, of a kind of autumnal sour. It's very vegetal in the way that it's just a very root vegetable sort of flavour. Slightly herbal, a little bit floral, and then it's got autumnal kind of pumpkin spice sort of flavours. A light tartness, a light sourness. It's interesting. It's one of those beers and styles of beers that you wouldn't see very often. I was thinking it was going to be maybe a little bit sweeter than this, and maybe a little bit more a candied sort of note before you have that to make it a pastry sour. I think it's very much tasting like a fruited or just a general kind of like, it's a vegetable sour. Yeah, it's not tasting, I'm not getting the pie, that's the thing. I'm not getting any of the pie sort of notes. It's very much just standard sour. I think it might need a little bit more, maybe lactose or some kind of custard flavouring and that sort of thing to build up the pie sort of note. But yeah, it is most definitely autumnal, and definitely an interesting one to try nonetheless. But yeah, autumn pie from Elembeer? Autumn pie? Elembeer? You'll know by now. See it back for yourself. Give it a go. See what you think of it. I know a lot of people will not see this because most of my guys are UK based or US based. And but yeah, give it a go. See you about. See you next one. You take care.